様は強い。この我の次にな。
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the anime heroes who have never been defeated, at least not when they were trying to win. Number 20, Mash Burn-Dead. Mashal, Magic and Muscles. As someone born without magic abilities attending a magic school, you'd think Mash would be at an overwhelming disadvantage in all his battles, but you'd be wrong. Thanks to his absurd devotion to bodybuilding, Mash has achieved superhuman strength that's more than a match for any magic. His ridiculous muscles don't always smash through his opponents right away, but he usually finds a way to overcome his foes eventually, and maybe get a workout in. Honestly, the only thing we can see him losing in is a contest to resist cream puffs. Number 19, Sid Kageno, the Eminence in Shadow. Technically, Sid loses all the time, on purpose. However, this is merely to fulfill his dream of being an unassuming dweeb in public and an all-powerful mastermind in secret. In his shadow identity, Sid not only defeats all his opponents, he does it with style. His overwhelming speed, skill, and power have demonic cultists and the strongest knights in his kingdom questioning reality and their own life choices. Plus, he's packing magic that's literally nuclear. Atomic. Sid may be a try-hard edgelord, but he's proof that if an edgelord tries hard enough, you really shouldn't mess with them. Number 18, Tatsuya Shiba, the irregular at Magic High School. While the magical education system initially fails at recognizing Tatsuya's strength, his classmates and everyone else he fights soon learn how wrong their school can be. Tatsuya Shiba regularly annihilates everyone who challenges him through a combination of martial arts, magical technology he's developed, and his own specialized magic. His skills in hand-to-hand combat can overcome magic-enhanced strength, and his long-range attacks frequently blow everyone away, literally and figuratively. Number 17, Levi Ackerman, Attack on Titan. They don't call him humanity's strongest soldier for nothing, and considering some people in this world can turn into monstrous, gigantic titans, that's quite the reputation. Levi Ackerman is an incredibly badass character who has a near mythical status among his own people. With nothing but his own strength and some nifty mobility gear, Levi cuts through every titan or human who's foolish enough to attack him. He's killed dozens of titans by himself and fought off entire squads solo. Although Levi has lost things outside of battle and some things during them, one thing he never loses is a fight. Number 16, Himura Kenshin, Rurouni Kenshin. Soft-spoken, polite, and absolutely deadly with the blade, Kenshin is renowned as a legendary assassin. And while he may have sworn off killing, this masterless samurai hasn't given up on winning. If every fight he gets into is any indication. In battle, Kenshin favors speed and dealing with his enemies quickly, although he also excels in longer battles too, given his ability to easily adapt to his opponent's fighting styles. Whether he's using his signature back-bladed sword or his bare hands, Kenshin cuts through his enemies even if there's no actual cutting involved. Number 15. Giorno Giovanna, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Golden Wind. This gangstar with a dream is a nightmare for his foes. Giorno Giovanna is one of many powerful fighters in the Joestar bloodline, but none of them quite reach his perfect record of wins. Although there are a few opponents he and his friends go up against that he can't defeat, he never loses to any of them. His stand power, Gold Experience, is incredibly powerful, initially having the ability to create small living things along with his powerful melee attacks. After its power-up into Requiem though, Giorno gains the ability to rewrite fate, ensuring he'll never lose. Bottom line, fighting against Giorno is just plain useless. Number 14. Escanor, the 7 Deadly Sins. Among all the species in his world, Escanor stands at the pinnacle. As arrogant as he is strong, Escanor can back up his swagger.
まともには死ねないと震えるさ。
The lion sin of pride may turn into a weakling at night, but during daylight, he's an unstoppable mustachioed mountain of muscles. In addition to his magnificent physical power, Escanor also possesses stupendous magical might.
Escanor.
His magic, Sunshine, gives him the ability to wield the energy of the sun, and his overall power peaks at noon. While a few of his fights end without a conclusion or are finished by others, Escanor never loses his pride or a battle. Number 13. Kuso Saiki, the disastrous life of Saiki K. As the protagonist of a comedy series, Saiki doesn't do a lot of fighting, but the thing is, if anybody does try, they lose in comedically short order. Saiki is a powerful psychic with just about every ability ever conceived. Teleportation, telekinesis, super strength, you name it, he can probably do it. Even he doesn't know the peak of his powers, since no one can approach his level of psychic ability. If Psyche can be said to lose at anything though, it's in social interactions. Oh, and if there's a bug in the room. Number 12. Sora and Shiro, aka Blank. No game, no life. This pair of siblings are undefeated online gamers, so it's appropriate that their winning streak continues when they're brought to another world, where everything is decided by games and contests. While each has their own strengths, with Shiro being more analytical and Sora having more charisma, together they always turn out victorious. Even when facing opponents from objectively stronger races or with vaster intellects, Sora and Shiro never fail to emerge victorious through planning, improvisation, or underhanded moves. And given the scale, complexity, and magical nature of some of the games played in their new world, their victories are even more impressive.
うまくいったみたい
だな。
まさか作戦だったのか。
Number 11, Koro Sensei, Assassination Classroom. This yellow octopus creature may not know defeat, but he knows plenty about teaching and assassination. Possessing an antimatter body that's immune to all conventional weaponry, Koro Sensei can only be harmed by weapons designed specifically to harm him.
はい。遅刻なしと。素晴らしい。先生とても嬉しいです。
However, given that he can move at speeds the excess of Mach 20, it's rare that he even takes damage.
先生は地球を消せる超生物。この一体を平らにするなどたやすいことです。
Despite his students' best efforts to kill him with traps, trickery, and everything in between, Koro Sensei's biggest challenges proved to be fellow modified tentacle people. And while his pupils do eventually fulfill their mission to assassinate him, it's only because he allows them to. Number 10, Simon, Gurren Lagann. Kamina may arguably be the manlier of the two bros, but he ended up kicking the bucket pretty early on. All the while, his little buddy went on to become the face of humanity's rebellion. Whether it's drilling through beastmen and their giant mecha, or trading fists with the anti-spiral, this once innocent digger became a cosmic defender that none could match. Who else do you know that's piloted a robot the size of multiple galaxies, all the while clinging onto a half-naked goddess like Nia? Number 9, Sakamoto. Haven't you heard? I'm Sakamoto. What we would have given for this guy's plot armor in high school. As an all-round genius, Sakamoto has shown himself to be capable of finding a solution to any social problem thrown at him with absolute ease. Dealing with girls, overcoming pranks, handling grades, trying to purchase naughty videos, he has an answer for it all, not once fumbling or ever succumbing to embarrassment. He may be a tad too perfect for some people's tastes, but you can't deny he accomplishes every little action with flawless precision. Number 8, Kid Muscle, Ultimate Muscle. It might sound surprising, but it's true. The crybaby prince of Planet Muscle has never once lost a wrestling match in his whole career. Rather impressive for someone who scares at the first sign of trouble. However, when the going gets tough, Kid's unmatched power of ultimate muscle always finds him a way to victory, even against some of the most flamboyantly dressed villains to ever grace animation. Apparently, there's nothing a good Kinniku Buster can't solve.
Kid Muscle is a most unlikely hero, but he's not only won this championship, he's won the hearts and minds of an entire galaxy.
Number 7, Shigeru Akagi. Akagi. Unlike Nobuyuki Fukumoto's other famous gambler, this whiz kid is practically married to Lady Luck.
No.
Despite initially never playing Mahjong before, Akagi turns out to have such natural skill that he manages to best professional players without ever losing his cool. Considering the majority of the people he plays against are bloodthirsty Yakuza members, that's saying something.
合理性はあくまであんたの世界でのルール。残念ながら、その名じゃ俺は縛れないよ。
Even when he has to wager his own blood, Akagi still manages to cut his way to victory like it was no big deal. Kaiji could stand to learn a few things.
鷲津の心中深く眠っていた恐れの気持ちを揺り起こした。
この男には殺されるかもしれない。
Number 6, the medicine seller, Mononoke. Who you gonna call? The guy who can banish otherworld apparitions in the most badass ways while looking like a living painting, of course. While this curious feline-like individual presents himself as nothing more than a humble medicine seller, in truth, he spends his days slaying the twisted phantasms known as Mononoke. Part detective and part exorcist, when you see him go from pale to gold, then it's pretty safe to bet that whatever paranormal activity he is facing off against is about to get fried. Number 5, Mamoru Takamura, Hajime no Ippo. Yes, he can't keep it in his pants and comes across obnoxious more often than not. That being said, holy hell, can this guy punch? With an unbelievable swing and Kamogawa's teachings keeping him in check, Takamura was able to rise up the ranks to become a heavyweight champion, besting monsters like Brian Hawk and David Eagle with staggering displays of strength. He'll annoy you to no end with his taunts, but when the bell rings, Takamura transforms into a beast capable of knocking out a bear. That is not a metaphor, he actually decked a bear.
You're wide open. Eat this.
Number 4, All Might, My Hero Academia. Toshinori Yagi, better known by his hero name All Might, is his world's greatest hero. With his incredible quirk, One for All, he's able to act as a pillar that upholds peace of superhuman society. Despite an injury and the gradual loss of his powers, in the latter part of his hero career, All Might never loses a fight while he's a hero. He goes plus ultra to surpass his limits and protect his students and ordinary citizens. Even after he loses his strength, the guy still has enough presence to terrify villains into submission. Still, we always worry about what the future holds. Number 3, Takuto Tsunashi, Star Driver. Leave it to the galactic pretty boy to take out every foe that comes his way with unparalleled style. In order to stop the Glittering Crux Brigade from turning his fellow students into psychotic soldiers in service to their dark desires, Takuto rose to the occasion and assumed control of the ultimate Psybody, Talburn. Unlike most other giant robot series, no matter how big or beastly the opposition's mecha gets, as soon as Takuto steps into Zero Time, the battle is already over. Number 2, Yusei Fudo, Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. The Yu-Gi-Oh! Franchise has a lot of card game duels throughout its history. Yet, among all those matches, Yusei Fudo arguably has the only perfect record, for the most part. His first duel against Karlin is undecided, and he does lose to Jack in a flashback, but during the current events of the story, Yusei synchro summons his way to victory every single time, barring inconclusive matches. Whether he's playing while riding a motorcycle or standing still, this duelist stands nigh untouchable in a game of duel monsters. And he looks effortlessly cool while doing it. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Saitama, One Punch Man. You have to feel sorry for the Hero Association. They have the strongest being in the cosmos on their side, and they don't even know it. Whether he's taking out gigantic supervillains, punching through meteors, or wiping out intergalactic tyrants, all Saitama needs to end a foe is but a single blow from his all-powerful fist. Maybe one day he'll come across a foe that can actually hold its own, but for now, there's not a man or monster capable of putting a scratch on Saitama. Which undefeated heroes did we miss? Let us know in those comments below. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from Watch Mojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.